At first, the room appears almost empty. A sealed stainless steel mill hums behind a clear inspection panel. Nothing recognizable enters the chamber, yet a stream of deep green powder falls into a closed hopper below. The powder looks soft, almost weightless, but the process creating it is violent on a microscopic scale. Inside the grinding room, dried tea leaves are being broken into particles far smaller than ordinary leaf tea. The central question is not simply how leaves become powder. It is how the factory grinds them without destroying the color, aroma, and clean taste that make the powder valuable. The answer is hidden inside several rooms, not one machine. To understand the green cloud at the end of the line, the process must return to the beginning, where fresh Korean tea leaves arrive looking nothing like the finished powder.
The first inspection begins before any grinding equipment is switched on. Fresh green tea leaves arrive in ventilated crates from growing regions.
The first inspection begins before any grinding equipment is switched on. Fresh green tea leaves arrive in ventilated crates from growing regions where the timing of harvest affects tenderness, color, and flavor. Factory staff check the leaves for uneven moisture, coarse stems, damaged edges, and foreign plant matter. Leaves that are too wet can dry unevenly. Leaves that are too mature can produce a rougher powder. The factory therefore separates large differences before processing begins. The tea leaves move quickly, because fresh leaves continue changing after harvest. Warm piles can trap heat, bruise the leaf surface, and weaken the bright green character expected later. Fans and shallow conveyors keep the leaf layer open and moving. The leaves still look ordinary, but the next stage will stop a natural reaction that could turn the entire batch dull before grinding even begins.
The first major change lasts only a short time. Green tea leaves enter a steaming system, where controlled heat slows the enzymes that would otherwise
The first major change lasts only a short time. Green tea leaves enter a steaming system, where controlled heat slows the enzymes that would otherwise darken the leaves after harvest. The goal is not to cook the leaves until soft. The goal is to protect the fresh color and clean plant aroma. After steaming, the leaves are spread across cooling conveyors. Moist air escapes. Fans pull heat away. Workers watch for clumps, because trapped heat can create uneven texture before drying. Then the leaves pass through controlled airflow that removes moisture without scorching the thin leaf tissue. A small difference here matters later. Leaves that retain too much water may smear inside the mill. Leaves dried too aggressively may lose aroma and become brittle in the wrong way. When the moisture reaches the required range, the dried green leaves enter an enclosed sorting line.
Inside the sorting line, dried tea leaves are shaken, lifted, and separated by size and weight.
Inside the sorting line, dried tea leaves are shaken, lifted, and separated by size and weight. Fine leaf pieces travel one path. Coarse stems and tougher veins move another. The powder will contain the whole selected leaf, so fibrous pieces can affect smoothness. Optical inspection may remove pale fragments or pieces outside the expected color range. Magnets and metal detection protect the line before the leaves approach the grinding room. The cleaned leaf pieces now resemble thin green flakes. They are dry, light, and easy to move, but not easy to grind well. A feeder meters the flakes into a closed mill at a steady rate. Too much material would raise friction and heat. Too little would make the flow unstable. The tea disappears through a narrow steel opening, and the most delicate part of the process finally begins out of sight.
The grinding chamber does not simply crush the leaves once. Depending on the line, rotating tools, impact mills, or fine air-driven systems
The grinding chamber does not simply crush the leaves once. Depending on the line, rotating tools, impact mills, or fine air-driven systems reduce the dried tea in repeated collisions. Each collision tears the leaf structure into smaller particles. The powder becomes smoother, but friction also creates heat. Heat is the enemy inside this room. Too much warmth can flatten aroma, darken the green color, and encourage the powder to clump. Modern factories therefore control feed rate, airflow, and chamber temperature. Some lines cool the equipment or grind in several passes rather than forcing every leaf through at maximum speed. Through the inspection window, the motion looks calm. Inside, thousands of tiny impacts are happening every second. The powder leaving the first pass looks finished to the eye, but the factory still does not know whether the particles are fine or even enough.
The unexpected delay begins after grinding. Freshly milled green tea powder can leave the chamber warm and full of suspended dust.
The unexpected delay begins after grinding. Freshly milled green tea powder can leave the chamber warm and full of suspended dust. Instead of moving directly into retail packs, the powder enters a sealed collection hopper where airflow slows and fine particles settle. Samples are taken from different points because one scoop cannot represent an uneven batch. The powder may then pass through a fine sieve. Oversized particles are removed or returned for another controlled pass. This is why the process cannot simply be made faster. Faster feeding creates more heat. Aggressive grinding can damage aroma. Excessive regrinding can change texture and color. The factory must balance particle size against temperature and time. In some lines, compatible lots are blended gently to make the color and flavor more consistent. Only after the powder cools and settles can the next test reveal whether the grinding room succeeded.
Quotients. Green tea powder now emerges as a smooth, flowing layer beneath the final sieve. The transformation is dramatic.
Green tea powder now emerges as a smooth, flowing layer beneath the final sieve. The transformation is dramatic. Thin leaves have become a soft powder that moves almost like liquid. Yet appearance alone is not enough. Technicians compare color under controlled light, check moisture, measure particle size, and examine aroma from a sealed sample. A batch that is too coarse may feel sandy. Excess moisture may cause clumping during storage. Metal detection and enclosed transfer lines provide another barrier before packing. Automated systems can measure weight and flow, but trained workers still judge qualities that sensors cannot fully describe, including unusual odor, uneven color, or texture that behaves differently between the fingers. One final decision determines whether the powder enters packaging or returns for correction. The powder looks complete, but exposure to air and light could still undo much of the careful work.
The approved green tea powder moves through sealed pipes into an automatic filling line. Measured portions fall into light resistance.
The approved green tea powder moves through sealed pipes into an automatic filling line. Measured portions fall into light-resistant moisture barrier pouches or containers, depending on the intended use. Some lines remove excess air or use protective gas before sealing to slow oxidation. Heat-sealing jaws close each pack. Check weighers confirm the fill. Seal inspection and metal detection remove any unit that does not meet the standard. Finished packs gather in synchronized rows, enter cartons, and move toward palletizing. Now the opening image makes sense. The green stream beneath the mill was not created by one dramatic crush. It was the result of careful harvesting, rapid steaming, controlled drying, stem removal, cooled grinding, settling, sieving, and repeated inspection. Inside the grinding room, the factory was protecting the tea while breaking the leaves apart. The final powder looks simple because every difficult change has already been controlled.